Okay, guys, today I have another interesting topic to speak about. I watched Arcane, the League of Legends show recently, and I had a conniption, you could say. I was thinking of how they mess up same-sex couples so often. Like, I'm not like, I don't hate them innately, okay? I think that they are very hard to pull off, same-sex couples. I think that it pretty much always feels wrong and rushed, but it can be pulled off. And the reason that they're not getting pulled off properly is because they are just being done wrong. So, my example from Arcane is Caitlyn and Vi. With Caitlyn and Vi, while it could, it's like it's a relationship in the wrong story, I reckon. Like, it does have plot relevance. Actually, so they there is multiple things you have to do to make a relationship believable. And I think you have to fit at least a few of them in. And one of those is like plot relevance, whether they have a lot of chemistry together, they hang out a lot, stuff like that. And in and also they have to have personalities that make sense together. Like we as the audience have to root for them to getting together because we can't see them like without each other. Like they work so well together. It's like they need each other, and that's a pretty important part of a relationship in a movie. We have to think, oh, I want my character to be with this other character because it just seems right. They're just a perfect match. They'd be happier with each other. And with Arcane, it didn't seem to be their main goal. They didn't try to make these characters, Caitlyn and Vi, they could easily be without each other, and it doesn't seem like they have to be together or else they're gonna be really depressed, you know? It feels like they could just as easily be a friend. And that is even more pronounced. Like, it's even easy to see when you realize that they're like almost have the same personality. They're both like femme boss, don't take nothing from anyone, strong women, right? Is their like backbone. But they just don't work. If they both have that same personality trait, they just don't work well together at all. Like Caitlyn acts more feminine than Vi, but still not very much. Let's just say that it just makes it very. It just feels like the show is forcing something that just shouldn't work. They shouldn't be together. They're both characters that just don't work well together, and it makes it very hard for me to root for them if I can't see the connection between them at all. They do have a plot relevance together, and Vi technically like owes Caitlyn because Caitlyn released her from prison. Which, if they committed more to Vi being like very grateful to Caitlyn, I think that would have been better. But the thing is, they can't do that because Vi just doesn't have that like grateful kind of personality. So that just can't work out either. It and they never they pretty much, other than that, they never really save each other. They mostly just reunite. It's which also just takes away from any sort of like connection between both of them. Another example of same sex couples I can think of is the ones in the Evangelion series with Shinji and the angel twink dude. Well, you have to watch the movie to know what I'm talking about, and the show, which I do recommend. It's not very good, but it'll change your life. In the show, it's an example of a very bad same-sex couple. Shinji and the guy it just doesn't work very well. It's just very quick. There's no time to breathe. And I was never thinking, oh, these two people are perfect together at any point. But in the movie, the later movie that came out, much later, did it a lot better. They were friends. They had a lot of time together. They were very helpful to each other. The guy got Shinji out of his depression cycle kind of thing. Well, like a bit of it. I guess he put him back in depression after, if you know what I'm talking about. But he helped Shinji, and I didn't think Shinji was in a much better spot because of him, and I thought that just added to the relationship. And then some other examples of a bad same-sex relationship. If you've watched Legend of Korra, I don't know which season, but her and the Muggle girl and some other girl get in a relationship, and I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember it was very much like a skip scene for me. There was nothing that made me think these two were perfect together, and it felt like they could just as easily be friends or nothing. Like, there was no point where it's like, these two have to be a couple or else I'm going to feel bad. It was just very uninspiring, I guess. It just feels like, oh, might as well make Korra and Legend of Korra lesbian because she's a girl boss. So she has to like women, I guess. Yeah, which is just sad, I guess. It's just kind of a boring plot point, I guess. And takes away from some of the characters. And another example I can think of, same-sex couples, I guess it's not very many that I can remember. I know they're done well, but they're usually done badly. And so in the end, I guess the takeaway is it's just because a character's a girl boss doesn't mean they have to be lesbian, I guess. And when you have multiple girl boss characters like in Arcane that like each other, it just doesn't work because they have very conflicting personalities, I guess. And it makes just boring show plot points. And yeah, just overall takeaway. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts about it. I think same-sex couples are fine. They're just usually done wrong. See ya.